name is Oprah Winfrey.
I can't bear the thought of him being murdered.
And today we have a special guest with us. His name is Dr. Kofi Nkansa. Kofi Nkansa come out. Here is what he have to say.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me on the Oprah Show. My name is Dr. Kofi Nkansa, and today we will be talking about aspartame. Some of you may be wondering, what is aspartame? Well, aspartame is a sweetener used in NutraSweet items such as Splenda, and aspartame is made out of 14 carbon atoms, 18 hydrogen atoms, 2 nitrogen atoms, and 5 oxygen atoms. Today, I will be discussing the health risks that aspartame could bring to one's life. But to know more about that, stay tuned as the Oprah Show will be going into commercial. What is aspartame? What is aspartame made out of? What is it composed of? Well, aspartame is composed of phenylalanine, aspartic acid, and methanol. Some of you may be wondering, what is the percentage of these substances? Well, for phenylalanine, it's 50%, aspartic acid is 40%, and methanol is just 10%. And methanol is also known as the wood alcohol. And that is fun facts about aspartame. Thank you for having me. Sorry that I was keeping you waiting. I was in my laboratory. Just wanted to give the audience a demonstration of what aspartame was. And now I'm here to fully explain and elaborate the health risks aspartame could bring into someone's life. That it is clear that everyone knows what aspartame is, I would like to tell the audience how aspartame was discovered. Well, aspartame was discovered by a scientist named Dr. James M. Schlatter, but it was found by accident. When he was recrystallizing aspartame from ethanol, he spilled the mixture outside of the flask, and when he seen how the crystal was shining in the light, he decided to try to have a taste of that mixture to see what it would taste like. And once he tasted that mixture, he tasted a very sweet taste. Then he wasn't too sure if it was the aspartame, so he tried another taste, and he discovered that it was a pretty sweet taste. But Dr. James Schlatter did not take into consideration that aspartame later on in life will become as a bad effect because of the health issues it causes in the world today. The aspartame could bring to one's life is cancer, psychological disorders, diabetes, and hinders weight loss. Cancer and aspartame correspond with each other because when aspartame breaks down, it produces a substance called DKP. And when the stomach digests DKP, it produces a chemical that induces the growth of brain tumors. For psychological disorders, it could create depression to one who is sensitive and has many emotional problems. For hindering with weight loss, phenylalanine and aspartic acid can spike the insulin that we have in our body and create the glucose to be removed from our blood and store it as fat. By doing that, when we obtain aspartame, the aspartame is not acting as calories. So basically, we feel as humans, and when we're getting intake from food, that we're not getting a sense of sugar in our body. Because of that, we will keep having a craving of sugar just to feel that satisfaction that we need it more and more, but we don't, because the aspartame is just creating our nervous system to believe that, and it also destroys the nervous system as well. So Oprah, can you tell me which one of these drinks contain aspartame?
think it's the Diet Pepsi.
Exactly. The Diet Pepsi is the drink that contains aspartame because it's a diet cola. But but not many know that aspartame is actually 200 times sweeter than a regular Pepsi, and because of that, it gives someone the impression that due to it being sweeter than sucrose, also known as sugar that we drink in our pops, that it's gonna benefit us due to dieting. But it doesn't benefit us while we diet because it actually increases our need for sugar than a regular Coke will. Because when you drink Coke or Diet Pepsi, Opa, how do you feel? What type of satisfaction does it give you? Does it give you much satisfaction?
Not really.
Exactly. It doesn't really give you much satisfaction. When you drink it, how do you feel when you drink it?
I got more thirsty.
You get more thirsty because this is an artificial sweetener. An artificial sweetener is not natural. Because of this, it creates you to want more and more sugar. That is worse than what a regular can of Pepsi will give you. It will give you more of a craving because of the artificial sweetener that aspartame contains. And that was a big example why aspartame is bad for you and should be limited in our society. To conclude, I would like to thank the audience. You have been such a great audience. Please give yourself a round of applause. But to conclude my message about aspartame may seem that it's good and beneficial to one's health. Well, it actually isn't because of all the health risks that aspartame could bring to your life. Aspartame may seem that it's not a barrier that can help you be successful in losing weight or reducing cancer or feeling better about yourself because of the lack of sugar that your body is intaking. But due to this artificial sweetener, it's the opposite. It does the opposite thing that you would expect. You don't expect it to do. And I'm glad to give everyone this message because now you can limit the amount of aspartame that's in your diet and look for other ways to diet better and lose weight and feel more healthier and not have the satisfaction to crave for sugar. And I would like to thank you so much for listening to my message. You're a great audience, and I hope to see more of you for the future to come. Thank you.
Having you on the show. Thank you for giving us all the information.
Aspartame, putting the diet in diet since 1983.